everyone, it's Ruby and welcome back to my channel. This makeup look was inspired by the beautiful Megan Fox. If you'd like to learn how to get this look, then please keep on watching. Like always, I'm going to start with absolutely no makeup on so I can tend to my skin's needs. I'm going to be using my green tea scrub by St. Ives, and I'm just going to be scrubbing all over my face, concentrating on my chin, my nose and also on my forehead. Rinse off and pat dry before you apply your moisturizer. I'm using my First Aid Beauty Daily Facial Cream and I'm going to be applying this all over my face and neck. The great thing about this moisturizer is that it absorbs very quickly. To mimic Megan's glow, I'm going to be using my Leblanc de Chanel Illuminating Base, and I'm going to be placing this just on the high points of my face. I'm applying this to my cheekbones, down my nose bridge, on my forehead and also on my cupid's bow. Megan's skin always looks so flawless in her images and I kind of lack in that department, so I'm going to be using my POREfessional primer to just fill in my pores, and then I'm just going to be using my Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation. And even though this has a satin finish, it does provide decent coverage, and I'm going to be applying that with my Sigma F60 brush and then blending it out with my contour brush by Real Techniques. Megan, in my opinion, has the best brows in Hollywood, which is why I needed some help from my Expert Brow Kit by Sigma. I'm using the tweezer to just pluck any stray hairs before moving on to trimming my brows. I'm using the spoolie end to brush my brows upward so that I can trim them by using my brow trimming scissors. If you notice, I'm not trimming too much off and I'm not going too far towards the brows because I do want them to look as natural as possible. Groom your eyebrows into place with your spoolie end and then apply some brow wax. Brow wax is applied before you fill in your eyebrows. It's a very important and simple step that most people seem to skip. Brow wax helps our hair stay in place. It also creates more texture and keeps our powders from moving. Start by filling them in near the arch or tail part. With whatever's left on the brush, apply this to the front of your brow. This will give it more of a soft and natural look. The next step is to prime your eyelids. If you have super oily eyelids like myself, then you should definitely give this eye primer by the makeup store a try. Apply this primer from your lash line all the way to brow bone, and don't forget your lower lid as well. This eye makeup look requires the use of lots of different shades of eyeshadow and also a lot of blending. So what I'm going to be doing is using mostly shadows from my Naked Tube palette. For my transition color, I'm going to be using Wedge by MAC Cosmetics, and I'm going to be using this on an E25 blending brush by Sigma. Use the windscreen wiper method to place this product into the crease. For my lid, I'm going to be customizing my eyeshadow shade by mixing two colors together on a Sigma flat shader brush. Use patting motions when applying this product and then just blend away by using your fluffy brush. Soften the edges and slightly bring it up towards your crease. I'm also going to be running the same two eyeshadow shades underneath my eyes using a Sigma short shader brush, and then buffing it out with a pencil brush. Her eye makeup look has a hint of grey throughout the outer corner, which is why I'm using the shade Pistol and running this throughout my outer corner using my fluffy blending brush. You want to concentrate most of the colour on the outer corner and bring the rest in towards your inner corner. Once you're done, use a bigger, fluffier brush to blend and soften everything out. I want my eye makeup look to be more on the gold side, which is why I'm adding the shade Half Baked towards the center of my lids on both my top and lower lids. Pat the eyeshadow on by using a small brush and then move on to curling your eyelashes. Curl your lashes for 3 seconds. Any longer and you can end up crimping them. This step is optional, but I'm using a brown eye pencil to run across my waterline. This is going to slightly define and narrow out my eyes. Now it's time to create our line on our top lash line. I'm using my Bobbi Brown gel eyeliner to draw a line from the center of my lids outwards. With whatever's remaining on the brush, I'm going to be lining the inner portions of my eyes. Now dip your brush back into your gel liner pot and start by creating a slight little baby wing. And just repeat the process on the other eye, keeping the eyes as identical as possible. What we're going to do now is soften and smoke out that line. I'm using the shade Pistol from my Naked Tube palette and running this along the eyeliner with my smoky eyeliner brush by Bobbi Brown. Take the color Pistol once again and start by darkening the outer portions of the eyes even further. This is going to add a lot more drama and intensity to this eye makeup look. Highlight the inner and outer corners of your eyes using the shade Booty Call. This is going to open up the eyes, giving them a doe-eyed look. Using my gel liner and a very fine synthetic angled brush, I'm creating an even finer line over the line that we originally smudged out. To avoid getting mascara on our lids, start by applying your mascara on your lower lashes first. Here I'm using Clinique's Bottom Lash Mascara and separating the clumps using a clean spoolie. To add bulk and length to my top lashes, I'm going to be using my Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara by L'Oreal Paris. To really coat your lashes, start at the roots and then use a zigzag motion and work upwards. To finish off the lashes, I'm going to be cutting these amazing shine lashes in half and using them as accents. Drop your lashes on the outer corner using your tweezers and ensure that they're securely in place. Let your lashes dry and move on to your base. I'm using my favorite concealer brush for spot concealing along with my MAC concealer. Use dabbing or patting motions to conceal your blemishes. Then just use a blending brush to diffuse the outer edges. I'm using the salmon tone concealer in this palette to counteract the darkness that I have underneath my eyes. I'm then using my foundation brush to pat the product in and blend it outwards. I'm using MAC's Prep and Prime to brighten the centermost part of my face. I'm also going to add this Prep and Prime on the tops of my cheekbones, down my cupid's bow, around the edges of my mouth, and also on my forehead and on top of my brows. All I'm going to be doing is blending it out using a synthetic brush, and then I'm going to move on to contouring. I'm going to be using the darker shades in my Pro Concealer palette to contour. In the image that I'm referencing, Megan's contour is quite strong and obvious. I'm applying this contour to my temples, forehead, underneath my cheekbones, along my jawline, on my chin, and I'm also going to be contouring the sides and tip of my nose. Keep in mind that this sort of extreme contouring looks best in photographs, so if you do want to wear it in real life, keep the contouring to a minimum. Diffuse the contour lines with a small synthetic brush. With the contour line that we created underneath our cheekbones, diffuse this color up onto your cheeks as well. This is going to help warm up our complexion and act as a cheek color as well. The great thing about Leblanc de Chanel is that you can use it both under and over makeup. Here I'm using this as an illuminator on top of my makeup, and I'm just going to be adding this to the standard areas on my face. This step is completely optional, but I decided to add a little bit more of a gold eyeshadow to the center of my lids, both my top and lower lash line. I'm using a loose eye dust to enhance the inner and outer corner highlight that we created. I'm also placing some of this loose eye dust on the center of my lid to add more dimension. For the lips, I'm going to be lining them by using my Avon lip pencil in Nude. For the actual block of color, I'm using Hue Lipstick by MAC. To really make the most out of your lip color, push the lipstick into your lips by using a lip brush. Adding a gloss to your lips gives the illusion of a fuller pout. So I'm using my favorite peach colored lip gloss by Sigma and applying this to the center of my lips and working outwards. And this is the completed look. I hope you enjoyed watching me create this Megan Fox inspired makeup look. You can find a full list of products on my blog, and I'll have a direct link listed in the description box down below. I'm also creating tutorials on the I Love Makeup channel, so don't forget to click on this video that you see right here to watch my latest tutorial. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.